Tira vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Kunja Vihari Gopiyana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopiyana Girivaradari Gopiyana Vallabha Girivaradari Yasodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yasodana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yasodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanacharya Vanachar Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Kunja Vihari Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Astotra Satasi Simha His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Astotra Satasi Simha His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardham Ki Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Sri Navadvip Dham Ki Jai Sri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai ISKCON New Dwarka Ki Jai The Lord Sri Sri Gauranitai Ki Sri Sri Lord Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ji Ki Sri Sri Rukmini Dwarkadish Ki Tulsi Devi Maharani Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Yamuna Mai Ganga Mai Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Prasadam Distribution Ki Harinam Sankirtan Jaya Ki All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna. So today we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Third canto, part 2, chapter 20, text number 51. I'm sorry, 50. Oh yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is text number 53. Devyas-chai kaikasa swasya dehasyam sanadat aja yatat samadhi yogardi tapo vidya viraktimat devyas-chai kaikasa swasya dehasyam sanadat aja yatat samadhi yogardi tapo vidya viraktima devyas-chai kaikasa swasya dehasyam sanadat aja yatat samadhi yogardi tapo vidya viraktima devyas-chai kaikasa swasya samadhi yogardi vidya virasama devyas-chai swadasya samadhi yogardi tapo vidya viraktima devyas-chai kaikasa swasya dehasyam sanadat aja yogasi tapo vidya viraktima devyas-chai kaikasa yatat samadhi yogardi tapo vidya viraktima devyas-chai kaikasa swasya dehasyam samadadaya Mataji. Devyas-chai kaikasa swasya dehasyam samadadaya yatat samadhi yogardi tapo vidya viraktima dehasyam samadadaya tapo vidya viraktima. Word by word. Tevya, to them. Cha, and. Ekaikasa, each one. Swasya, of his own. Dehasya, body. Amsam, part. Adat, gave. Aja, the unborn. Brahma, Yat, which? Tat, that. Samadhi, deep meditation. Yoga, concentration of the mind. Riddhi, supernatural power. Tapa, austerity. Vidya, knowledge. Virakti, renunciation. Mad, possessing. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. To each one of these sons, the unborn creator of the universe gave a part of his own body, which was characterized by deep meditation, mental concentration, supernatural power, austerity, adoration, and renunciation. Purport: the word viraktimat in this verse means possessed, or the qualifications of renunciation. Spiritual renunciation cannot be also the qualification of renunciation, then spiritual realization cannot be attained by materialistic persons. For those who are addicted to sense enjoyment, spiritual realization is not possible. In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that those who are too attached to seeking material possessions and material enjoyment cannot reach yoga samadhi. Absorption in Krishna consciousness, propaganda that one can enjoy this life materially and at the same time spiritually advance is simply bogus. The principles of renunciation are four: to avoid illicit sex life, to avoid meat eating, to avoid intoxication, to avoid gambling. These four principles are called tapasya, or austerity. To absorb the mind in the Supreme in Krishna consciousness is the process of spiritual realization. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 3rd canto, 20th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Conversations Between Maitreya and Vidura. Srila Prabhupada ki. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shimate Gaur Govinda Swami Iti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavari Paschatya Satarine Mukhaṁ karoti vachalam pangun lam gayate giri yat kripa tamaham bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu vyaevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Asking for the blessings from Maharaj. Asking blessings for this. Blessings. Haribo. Blessings from Subhas Prabhu and all the senior Matajis, Mother Tadi. Thank you. So, this is the end of the chapter number 20, and there were so many wonderful teachings. We all learned from that. Something that stuck in my mind about this was about when Lord Brahma had into trouble. He went through some dark moments. And when he was creating demons, rakshasas, ghosts, and different things, and they were trying to attack him and even sexually abuse him. So definitely what he did is what everybody should do. You go and take shelter of superior authority. When you have troubles and difficulties, where do you go? Not just to anyone, you go to your superiors. And in this case, the topmost is Lord Krishna. So he went to see Krishna. And he advised him to cast off these bodies, this mentality. And Lord Brahma was keep creating. So each time he was evolving, like little by little, evolving more and more different species of life. Till now, in this verse, and a couple verses before, the demigods were actually happy. He said, finally, bravo, bravo, you have created, personalities who are meant to uplift the universe. So this is what's happening. How these great sages, mentions here that Brahma created sages in the previous verse. Brahma created sages who will set the example for spiritual realization. And yeah, we know that in the history of the Vedas or Bhagavatam, in Bhagavatam especially, we have many stories of these great sages, sons of Lord Brahma. Just to, a lot of them, but I can mention just some of those great sages like Atri, Vashishta, Kratu, Pulatsya, Pulaha, and you have also, of course, the Sanakumaras. Then you have Maitreya, Narada Rishi. I think Daksha also is Daksha. So they were assisting Lord Brahma to propagate the universe. Some of them were Prajapatis. So these great sages were there to actually bring lightness. The universe at one particular time was having some experience in some darkness and troublesome times. But when the sages came, light came. Knowledge came, enlightenment came, and everybody gets happy for that. So it's good to know that we are not alone. We have great personalities assisting us, helping us, because we are in need of help, especially in this Kali Yuga age. It's so dark. So we need some lightness, we need some encouragement. And in the pages of this Srimad Bhagavatam, we heard the conversation of Vidura and Maitreya, asking questions, answering those questions, and Maitreya and Vidura, another two great sages, just relishing, ultimately to do what? To bring us to the path of Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada in one class was saying before, we're not interested, why are we interested in hearing these things? It's because it would lead us to Krishna. Otherwise, we'll have no business to just hear any story of this and that. So this is where we're at now. And as far as, let me see, it says here that the word virakta, is this verse means possessed of the qualities of renunciation, possessed of virakta mat. We also heard about Bhagavat. Bhagavan means opulence, Bhat means the one who possesses. So this one, Virakti Mat, those great sages who were infused with all these qualities. And later on, it is mentioned here that in the Bhagavad Gita, there's a verse that says, Bhogaisvarya prasaktanam taya parhita chetasam vyavasayan mika buddhi samado navidiyate. That in the mind of those who are too attached to sense gratifications and opulence, devotional service does not take place. What a sad situation. The whole world is like that. I can say that almost, I've seen, we've seen that maybe 90% of the people are in that situation. We were, and to some degree, maybe we still have some difficulties. So, actually, this is confirmed also by Srimati Kunti Devi. She has a beautiful prayers where he says, Janma Isvarya, Sruta Srivir, Edamana vidapaman. Edamana vidapaman. Naivarhatya vidatunman. Tuam akinchana gochara. So he says, my lordship, you can easily be approached, but only by those who are impoverished. Those who are with these qualities of janma, ishvarya, like thinking that they're born in a very aristocratic family, or who have knowledge, who have opulence and beauty, it's very difficult. These people is very hard. So sometimes, we've seen that those people who are in a distressful condition, who are bereft of these qualities, it's more easily for them to actually approach Krishna. And it's a qualification, actually. It is a qualification. But on the other side, we can also see that those qualities of a lot of education, knowledge, opulence, can be useful too. If you know how to use those, then you bring it to Krishna consciousness, it's not bad. Unfortunately, that's not the case in most of the time, and we do have experience of that when we try to convey our messages of Krishna consciousness, meeting people, and you try to offer, tell them about Krishna. No, I'm fine. I remember one time, Rohini Sutta Prabhu, when all the elder Prabhupada disciple came, he said, Prabhu, can I go with you to the airport? I said, yeah, Prabhu, it's an honor for me that you come with me. We're going to distribute books. So we only lasted about half an hour. And then he actually asked me, I was surprised because he said, you only take 4 cases of books? I said, yes, Maharaj, why not? He says, no, you are small-minded. You should bring more books. So then I was chastised. I was thinking, I know the airport is not that easy, and to distribute many books. He says, no, you should bring more. I said, okay, so I bring more books just to please him. Rohini Sutta Prabhu is a senior Prabhupada disciple, very enthusiastic devotee. But at this particular time, the airport is very difficult too. It's not very easy. You meet all these kind of people with so-called, like they know a lot. Some of them, the businessmen, they have a lot of money and they, opulence, many things. So no, I don't want this. I don't need this. Half an hour we were there when his Maharaj said, Prabhu said, you know what, maybe we should go to Santa Monica. And I thought, Santa Monica. And then I said, okay, we can go there. So then we go there. The airport, Santa Monica area. He wanted a different place. We tried 10 minutes, 15 minutes after knocking doors, we were going door to door. So then he said, why don't we try another place? I said, yes, Maharaj, which place should we go? He says, Beverly Hills. I don't know, Maharaj. No, Beverly Hills, no. And he was like, why not? You don't have faith. I said, okay, let's go. We were there, and honestly, we only last like 5 minutes. Somebody, I guess the police came and out. But our experience is this, those people they're not interested. They have everything. They feel, what do I need this for? But on the other sense, we can also see maybe this is due to the circumstances, because our philosophy is so great. We have so much knowledge. We have so much to offer. It's just a different setting, different place. These people can also be approached. For example, Radhana Maharaj in London, he spoke to the bankers, all these very wealthy people. And I was so impressed. Wow, all these people, the cream of success in business. And so Maharaj was actually touching their hearts, at that time at least for that moment. We don't know further. But yes, of course, our Srila Prabhupada, he was preaching to the Birlas, who's most powerful in India than the Birlas at that time. And yes, it's possible. So everything combined in Krishna consciousness, if you bring Krishna, your opulence, your beauty, your knowledge, whatever you have, welcome. Otherwise, very difficult. You can become intoxicated by that. So, speaking about madness and craziness, Rishabhadev also, Lord Rishabhadev, in another part of the scriptures, he was preaching to his sons before he was going to retire and leave. He told them many instructions, but in one of them he actually said that Nunam pramataya kurute vikarmad ya indriya pritaya aprinoti nasado manye yata admanayan asana piklesada asadeha. This word kleshada calls the attention. Klesha is miseries. Da means to give. So this material body, all it gives is miseries. Of course, when you're young, you don't think like that, but ask any man over 60 years old. He will tell you all the problems that this body gives. So, very difficult. So what happens with these persons, this particular person, when he makes the aim of life sense gratification, then he said, he becomes crazy and mad after materialistic activities. Crazy, intoxicated, mad. He does not know that due to his past deeds, he got a body like this, who's giving him so much problem. Therefore, anyone who is intelligent should not endeavor more for getting another body. So that was the teaching in that. But in the other side, we were saying, kleshada, the body gives problems. In the scriptures also is mentioned that artada, there is the word artada, that you can get a lot of valuable things in this body if you know how to use this body. What is that? There is one verse actually that explains about this. Do I have my phone here? Labdva sudur lavanidam bahusam bhavante manusya nartadam anitya napiha dira turna mate taya pate sarvana saya. Labdva sudur lavanidam bahusam bhavante manusya martadam anitya napiha dira turnam jate tanapate anumrityo yavan nrise yasaya visaya kalosarvatasya. So, after many, many births and deaths, one achieves the rare human form of life, which, although temporary, affords one the opportunity to attain the highest perfection. Thus, a sober human being should quickly endeavor for the ultimate perfection of life, as long as his body, which is always subject to death, has not fallen down and died. After all, sense gratification is available even in the most abominable species of life, whereas Krishna consciousness is possible only for a human being. So that's a very good advice. And actually, I just remember that when I was mentioning about Rishabhadev instructing his sons about sense gratification, Srila Prabhupada writes a beautiful purport. He said that in regards to sense gratifications, he says, begging, borrowing, and stealing to live for sense gratification is condemned in this verse, because such, I'm talking about the nunam pramate kurute vikarma, when a person considers sense gratification the aim of life. Prabhupada says, begging, borrowing, and stealing to live for sense gratification is condemned in this verse, because such consciousness leads one to a dark, hellish condition. The four sinful activities are illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. These are the means by which one gets another material body, which is full of miseries. In the Vedas, it is said, Asango Hyayam Purusha, the living entity is not really connected with this material world, but due to his tendency to enjoy the material senses, he is put into the material conditions. One should perfect his life by associating with devotees. He should not become further implicated in the material body. It's beautiful instructions. So there you go. There's no question of practicing religiosity if you don't follow the 4 regulative principles. And if someone takes this as the life and soul, that I'm going to follow this, and then you have success. If you don't, if you choose the wrong path, all kinds of miseries. You get repeated birth and death. But if you choose Krishna, and then you have eternal, happy, blissful life. So we have to pay attention. I know that it's not very easy. Many of us sometimes at one point have some trouble, difficulties, but we have to come back. Krishna, I read one time in one, I don't know if it was a letter to some devotee, Prabhupada said, Krishna can forgive you once, he can forgive you twice, and the 3rd time is you're in your own. You are in your own. At that particular time, he mentioned that, of course, we know that Srila Prabhupada is so kind and merciful to his devotees. He loved them so much that in spite of having many difficulties, some of them, he welcomed them back because Prabhupada needed help. So he was very compassionate. One time, one devotee, he was a very big preacher and did so much service, but later on took later on he, got married and had kids. He was a sannyasi previously. And he was shy, he was afraid, withdraw from the activity of Krishna consciousness. So when later on he came back to Srila Prabhupada, and then he mentioned, Prabhupada, it is said, that, I don't know if this is the same particular situation, but one devotee said, Prabhupada, it is said, he was mentioning about the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the incident about when this Jata Haridas was looking at a woman, and then he said, he's like saying, what's going to be my situation? He says, that particular pastime, I'm paraphrasing what Prabhupada said, he says, Lord Chaitanya, he's God, he can do whatever he wants, because, that devotee committed suicide. So he said, Lord Chaitanya is God, he can do whatever he wants, but I am just a humble servant. I need help. So if we have the mercy and the kindness of the Vaishnava, like Srila Prabhupada, then we are in good hands. And just to remind us, this Prabhu was mentioning, Gangana Prabhu was mentioning about the power of prayer. And in your class, I think you were mentioning before. And I remember one beautiful song that Narottam Das Thakur was singing, and I think Srila Prabhupada was fond of that song, so if you allow me just mention something about this. This song is called Ishtadevi Vinyapti. Hari Hari Bifale Janama Gunainu Manusya Janama Paya Radha Krishna Navayeya Janiya Suniya Vishakainu. So this is what Narottam Das Thakur says. Oh Lord Hari, I have wasted my life. Although I have taken this rare human birth, I have not served Radha and Krishna, and thus I have knowingly drunk poison. Golokera Premadana Harinama Sankirtana Ratinina Yavniloke Neta Samsara Vishanale Divanisi Hiyayale Yudaitena Koinopa. It says here, the treasure of divine love in Goloka Vrindavan has descended as the congregational chanting of Lord Hari's holy names. Why did my attraction for that chanting never come about? Day and night, my heart burns in the fire of the poison of worldliness, and I have not accepted the means for relieving it. Brayendra Nandanaye Sachisuta Hoilose Balarama Hoilonita Dina hina yatachilo, hariname udarilo, tarashakshi jagai madan. So it says here that Lord Krishna, the son of the king of Braja, became the son of Sachi, and Balaram became Nitai. The holy name delivered all those souls who were lowly and wretched. The two sinners, Jagai and Madai, are evidence of this. The last one. Aha Prabhu Nanda Sutta Vrishavano Sutta Yutta Karuna Karo Eivaro Narotama Dasa Koina Telivo Rangapai Toma vine que ache amara Hari Hari Bifale Janama Gonainu. O Lord Krishna, son of Nanda, accompanied by the daughter of Vrishabhanu, please be merciful to me now. Narottama Das says, O Lord, please do not push me away from your reddish lotus feet, for who is my beloved except for you? So this is beautiful songs. The Acharyas gives us beautiful prayers. All we have to do is just, when you have trouble, difficulties, just listen to the songs of the Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Lochandas Thakur, many of them. Hare Krishna. If anybody has any comment, chastisement, if I did say something wrong, please. Any reflection? Otherwise, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Glory to Prabhu.
Sometimes like